Welcome back, Guardians. My name is Trams87. I would also like to welcome you to the Exodus program. Please stand by as we run diagnostics. Initiating Memory Bank 1.
Accessing node 9875A. File heading SIVA-PROJECT.
What is the Exodus project? Well, the aforementioned Exodus program was a Golden Age project designed to send human colonists outside of the Sol system. One of the main Exodus program launch sites for colony ships was located at the Cosmodrome. You might be wondering, Trams, what in the world is a colony ship? What does it have to do with Destiny? Well, I'm getting to that. History dictates that the colony ships are a type of human spacecraft that date back to the Golden Age. These vessels were designed to transport colonists and equipment required for planetary colonization from Earth to the destination world. They were also used for the Exodus program at the beginning of the collapse. This is all fine and it makes some sense, but why the sudden need to push for colonization to other planets? The Exodus program was an evacuation effort led by Rasputin and his submines at the beginning of the collapse. All Exodus ships were part of this program. During that same time period, there was also the Ishtar Collective, a Golden Age organization dedicated to the scientific advancement. The collective built the Ishtar Academy, a famed center of research and learning on Venus, and extensively studied the planet's Vex ruins. The collective was a rival of the corporation Clovis Bray. Certain members of the collective studied active Vex ruins, such as mapping the Vault of Glass, as well as live Vex specimen that was designated as Subject 12. Subject 12 was a live specimen of a Vex operation platform that was extensively studied by Maya Sanderesh, Dr. Shim, Shioma Esai, and Dwayne McNead. In the process, Esai discovered that the Vex was running a simulation of their research team that was completely accurate. After much debate, they concluded that the only way to save themselves from the simulation was to bring in something the Vex could not simulate, proposing that the war mind was far too complex to simulate. They were able to rescue 227 undamaged copies of themselves from inside the Vex, and all copies voted to become explorers in the Vex information network. Nearly 40 years later, Maya had built a form of mind-forking device in mimicry of the Vex gateway system from Ishtar and used it on herself. After experiencing an unknown event, she became determined to reunite with her partner, Shioma. Now, this is seriously intense, and here's why. Whatever encounter Maya experienced was clearly life-changing, because all she wanted to do was get back to her partner, which would suggest that something bad may be happening or happen to her in the future. Here is an idea, and please note this is just speculation, but it's important that I make it clear. I believe that Rasputin may have replicated or in fact have been with Maya during her experience using the mind-forking device. If I'm correct, this device essentially allows the user to see into time without going insane, and giving them the ability to temporarily live out the future but in a short time frame. Say for example, if you combined the flow of a stream and you dipped your head into the stream and looked ahead, you can see where the stream goes as you run along with the flow or current of the stream, but you still experience everything that is going on under the surface of the water. It's possible that this information is what leads Rasputin to initiate the Exodus project ASAP, because he saw that the darkness was coming and knew he had to save humanity and get them away from Earth. Now, during the run of the program, numerous colony ships were built and launched from places like the Cosmodrome in Old Russia, at the height of the Golden Age. While most were bound for locations within the Sol system, at least one, Exodus Black, was intended to colonize a world in the Kepler 186 system. Unfortunately for the Exodus Black, the Vex forced it to crash land on Nessus and exterminated the crew and passengers. Only its onboard AI, Failsafe, survived the tragedy and would be encountered by Guardians 500 years later. The Kepler 186 system is home to the Kepler 186f, the first validated Earth-sized planet orbiting a distant star in the habitable zone, a range of distance from a star where liquid water might pool on the planet's surface. Sadly, during the collapse, humanity was forced to defend the Cosmodrome and the colony ships against its foes. Many were prepared for emergency launches, but never made it off the ground, and became rusting monuments of the Golden Age over the subsequent centuries. Now, here's a question I'd like to ask. Where is SIVA? We know for a fact SIVA was on the Exodus Black colony ship, because this is confirmed by Failsafe. Failsafe is one of humanity's last Golden Age AIs. We know so little about her, but what we do know is that she's on humanity's side, and often helps us with missions throughout the Sol system. Have a listen to this lore entry conversation between Willa Bray and General Chen Lanshu in SIVA Mem, and it reads, "Let's get right to it. How can Clovis Bray help the Exodus project? We found a way to push our matter encryption technology even further. Habitats, equipment, repairs of all kinds, all of these things can be made from one material. SIVA doesn't expire, degrade, or forget. It can remain dormant, even on long voyages. Nearly any problem a deep space colonist could have, SIVA can fix. And how long do the effects of SIVA last? Well, SIVA requires no external power source, so forever. Just give it a directive and it won't stop until it gets a new directive. This sounds like it could be invaluable to the Exodus colonists, but Malahayati has some concerns. General, poorly worded or malicious code is the fault of the programmer, not SIVA itself. Dr. Bray, I'm sure you've realized SIVA's applications extend beyond colonization. I'm not sure what you mean, General. Is this still about the Exodus program? The Exodus program will be interested in exploring SIVA's defensive applications. General, my team did not intend for SIVA to have military applications. Willa, some of history's greatest inventions began as unintended side effects. So here's my thoughts. We know that SIVA right now is on Nessus, because there was a compartment chamber holding SIVA on the Exodus Black. And we know that since Failsafe has been on Nessus, she has tried several times to look for the SIVA, or to access the SIVA project. But for whatever reason, she's unable to access it. Now, that could be because either she's been blocked, that could either be because she doesn't know how to access it, or it's possible that it's just out of her reach or the containment field is damaged. But here's the scary thing, is if SIVA's on Nessus, one would assume that somebody's going to stumble on it now or in the future. And that could either be the Fallen or it could be the Vex. The other big clue is the fact that Nessus is one of the planets that will be kept. We know all 4 planets are going to be vaulted because the darkness is terraforming them, but Nessus is staying, so it means that there's going to be something new happening on Nessus, and I would assume that it has to do with the Vex, or it has to do with the Fallen, because there is a big Fallen presence on Nessus for some strange reason. So these are my thoughts, and that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, definitely like the video, and also if you're interested in seeing more lore videos like this, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. But for now, stay safe and Godspeed.